Hi, I'm here to introduce you to the homeschool platform and to just a short video to kind of help guide you how to log on and to access all the other information that you need. First of all, you need to access the Think Right Learning app. I am just going to log out here so I can log back in so you can see what the original home screen. So it's basically thinkrite-learning-app.co.uk/users/login, and you will get to this page. Then what you will need to do is enter the password that your school has, which is an email, and then so username will be the email, and then you'll have a password. Obviously you can click remember me, and then we're going to go to login, and this is the screen that you will see. So down the side here you will see that there are 4 panels that you can interact with. The first one is obviously setting up classes and forms, which you can go ahead and do for the different pupils that you want to be using the programme. The next one is you can manage teachers. I'll click on here, but because this is a dummy one, I don't have any teachers. But if you click on that one, you'll see all the teachers that are logged on or who've been registered to use the programme. You can, from this page, add or delete teachers as they change over, so you can always keep up to date without having to contact the office. And then the next one here is managing pupils, which is where you'll add in the information for the pupils. And this one, once it's got up and running, you can log on here so you can see which pupils have been logging on and doing the work. So let's start with classes and forms. So if we click on classes and forms, you'll get this page to begin with because you haven't got anything set up. And then you just click add. You'll see a screen here. So if we go to nursery, for instance, your registration class name, this can be your teacher's name, or if the class has a name like Squirrel or anything like that, then you can add it. So I'm going to add one called Squirrel, if I could spell it right. And then the form is form 1 in nursery. This can be a description. It's not overly important, but the system will ask you to have it. So you could put Mrs. Jones is class. Okay, and then you must click activate and save. Clearly you will then see you'll start to get a list of all the classes that you add. You can easily edit or delete them here, and eventually you'll be able to delete. If you want to take away classes, you can click here and then delete multiple classes or add more. So we're just going to keep with this one to start with. What we're then going to do, so we've added it. I think if you got to a point where you wanted to delete, you would have to select. So what you would do is you'd select here and click all the ones that you want and then delete multiple classes. But obviously we don't want to do that at the moment, so we're just going to leave it there. Now what we're going to show is we are going to show how you can add children to the system. So if you go to manage pupils, you have 2 options here. You can add pupils individually, which would just be an add button here. So you would add, and this is the information that's required. So this would be the child's unique pupil number, if they have one, the child's first name, surname. You will need an email address. Now I know sometimes it's difficult for adding parents' email addresses here. So what we're going to do is we're going to just add, I'm just going to add myself. No, I'm going to add my daughter. So her first name is Isabella, her surname is Burkitt Isles, and her email address for the purposes of this, I'm going to have is isabella@thinkrite.co.uk. So this is a generic email. It will want to send her an email to get it verified, but we can override that. So I know if you don't want to use parent contact details, this is one of the ways of doing it. And then I am just going to use either her first name or her surname. So I'm going to put in Burkitt Isles and then go 1, 2, 3, 4. So Burkitt Isles, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that way it can be a generic way. So if you're sending out an email to parents later, you can just say your child's email address will be their first name followed by @thinkrite.co.uk, or you can choose whatever you want at the end of that. So it could be the school name.co.uk, and then their password can be their surname followed by 1, 2, 3, 4. That way a generic email can be sent out to parents so they'll understand what their child's information is. You could choose date of birth or whatever you want to choose. The year this one's in is nursery. The registration, this is the date, so I'm going to put in today's date. Date of birth, I'm just going to leave blank. It's not an essential one. Sorry, I'm going to put the registration date in there. So we are on the 14th. The class, you will see there is, if you've loaded up the classes first, there'll be a selection. So this is Squirrel, she is female, and I'm going to activate her and then save. Now that can seem, you'll see that she's come up there. That can seem quite a long way of doing it, but what you have here is the ability to import information. What we have is hemispheres, and we've got Shelley Burkitt Isles. This has come up. What you will see over here is action buttons. So over on the far right hand side, you will see edit, deactivate or delete. Because we've used a generic email here, if you go into edit here, you will need to go and verify that account by ticking the box. That way it's all, you can see the status has changed to activated. If you use a parent email, then what you will do is they will get sent an email from the system, and therefore they can verify their own account. So you have two ways of doing it. Now what I want to do is show you how to upload or import a list of children, which would be the quicker way of getting all the children on the system. So what you can see is you've got the import button here, and you press that button. It will then take you to a screen where you can import a file. This needs to be a CSV file, so it'll need to be converted in whichever form to get the format correct. We're going to choose a file which we've saved here. So I'm going to choose this one because it's the CSV file, and then we're going to press upload. And as you can see, it can quickly upload the different children that I had on that form. So all of these have now been uploaded, and they've all got nursery here. You can see the gaps, they've all been activated. So if I go into Albert, he's already activated. So all of these you could put, and then you could go and select and then save. The key things for you to do is log in, load up your classes. You will then go and load up your pupils in one of those two ways, either importing them or adding them individually. Then you can log out up here. Log out, and it takes you back to there.